pray. Almighty God, sometimes it is difficult to pray, so it is this evening, because we are delighted, excited, overjoyed, impatient for the realization of graduation from high school. Except we ask our brief but sincere prayer to watch over our happy graduates this night and be thou their guide during each day to come. Amen.
At Attleboro High School for the senior class president to pass on the key to the new senior class president from the junior class. It gives my great honor to present the key to Colleen Wade, the senior class president of 1987.
I'd just like to say thank you. The year has been really exciting for me, and I'm sure it has been for all the seniors. I'm glad I've gotten the opportunity to know more of you better, and I'd like to wish you all the best luck in the future, and have a great life.
I would at this time like to welcome all of you to the graduation ceremony of the senior class of 1986. Sometimes too much is said at graduation about the class members and not what is behind the class members. In many cases, the driving force behind a senior in graduation is the parents. It is my belief that the parents are sometimes forgotten because of all the celebrating and congratulations. So I would like to honor the parents of the graduates this evening. The parents have always been a major contributing factor in the student's academic career. After all, who is it who cries as they see their little child be taken away for the first time on the school bus? And who packs in the Snoopy lunchbox a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with great care? Of course, it's the parents. Who dressed you in your finest polyester pants and checkered shirt so you would look presentable for your class pictures? It was your parents. Who kept you up with the latest fashions through middle school by purchasing Levi's, alligator shirts, and of course, Nikes? Your parents. Who was there to calm you down, calm your nerves down on your very first day of high school? Your parents. Who was there to take what seemed like hours of pictures of your prom date and you, of you and your parents, your prom date and your parents, of just your prom date, just you? Well, it was your parents. Who were the people who come into your room at 1 o'clock in the morning and tell you to go to bed? You should have had the term paper done a week ago. It was your parents. Who was there to praise you or punish you for your academic achievements? Your parents. It's either the speech I've ever had. Okay. Sometimes we forget about the times when our parents attempt to show off their ancient methods in geometry and English at the kitchen table. We forget about the times when our parents put our perfect papers and colorful artwork on the refrigerator. Throughout the years, our parents have given so much, and there is no way we could ever repay them. I am glad I was given this opportunity to pay a tribute to these wonderful people who we so often take for granted. To my mom and dad, I would like to say thank you. And as a representative of the graduates tonight on their behalf, I want to say thank you to all of their parents. To the graduates, well, what can I say? It has been fun. Tonight by no means is the end. It is the beginning of our lives. I have the strongest faith in the class of 1986. As long as we fly high with the pride and power of 86, there's nothing we can't do. So let's go out there and show that giant world what we're made of. Let's go out and conquer the world. We can do it.
And on behalf of the Attleboro School Committee, the elementary, middle, and high school administration and staff welcome you tonight to this 1986 graduation exercise. It's a beautiful evening, and I think the class deserves this evening. It really matches the style and the spirit they have with each other. It's always been sunny and kind. I would like to spend a few minutes stressing a phrase that I think might be helpful to the graduating class. It's called catch a vision. Tonight, life is sending the graduates of 1986 an invitation. It's not a formal invitation requesting the honor of your presence. It is not an invitation being thrust upon you. Life is asking you to enter its portals with a gentle invitation. Come along, be with us, and catch a vision. When you receive your diploma tonight, you will feel that you have gone over the top. You have. You have completed a test. 12 years of hard work. But every time that you finish a race and receive the prize, you have to go back to the starting line and begin all over again. Your diploma is very important, but it does not guarantee you happiness, or a job, or a place in society. Education has not done everything for you. It has, however, laid the foundation to prepare you to accept the invitation to life. So where are you going? What now? Each will choose for himself how he will develop. Indeed, you need not envy the scientist's research. You have your own search to carry on. Observing, putting the elements together, evaluating, coming to conclusions. Aerospace has broken the sound barrier, but it is you who must overcome these ground barriers. So how do you begin to make the most of what you have? Life is much like a computer. It constantly needs to be reprogrammed to eliminate errors. Begin by retaining the best that you have learned and discard all else. Put your life in some kind of order. It is the cry of youth that everyone should do his own thing, make his own music. But music is harmony, and harmony is getting in tune. This does not mean that there can be not phases of rebellion, but rebellion needs not mean disorder either. A sensitivity to what is going on and a knowledge of how to handle situations is part of putting your life in order. When a dog ran along the beach and knocked down his sandcastle, one of the little girls who had so painstakingly built it began to cry. The other girl consoled her. Don't cry, we'll build a bigger one. So you can catch a vision that inspires you to go on to bigger and better achievements. When the first airplanes were built, it meant discouragement and sometimes death to the test pilots when the planes did not perform as the engineers had anticipated. But with daring, they were reprogrammed, sometimes almost literally rebuilding in order to make the plane safe. The visions were too strong for them to give up. You too must have a strong vision. When you stop reading books and begin to write one, when you stop drawing lines and paint a masterpiece, when you stop dreaming and make your dreams come true, then you will know in what direction you are going. You will have put your life in order. As the train sped across the countryside on one trip he was taking, Sherlock Holmes, looking out the window, said, "That was a sizable flock of sheep." "Eh, Watson?" "Exactly 784, replied Watson. "Good heavens," exclaimed Holmes, "you can't have counted them." "Not directly. I made use of a schoolboy trick. I counted the legs and divided by 4. Using any of the schoolboy tricks, methods, charts, maps, formulas, rules, you can accept life's invitation tonight. Already you have experienced the law of judgment and wisdom. For want of a better word, let's call it integrity. A knowing that you are in harmony, that all is right. When you drive a car on a crooked road, you begin to feel the rhythm, just what it takes to go around the next curve at that particular speed. Airplane pilots, it is said, fly by the seat of their pants. They believe in what they cannot actually see. They hold fast, knowing and understanding the simple workings of what they are doing. This is integrity. We hold on to integrity by 2 methods: by what we select and by what we refuse. We can choose to pursue our every minor desire, or we can keep a single eye on a worthwhile goal. If we set up a goal, we make a choice of what we will include, rather than let all the life forces sway us day by day. And it's just as important to learn when to refuse to become involved. The prisons are full of good men and women who did not know how to say no to the urgings of others, who became involved literally without really wanting to take part in scheming plans. Other people cannot have dominion over you. This is a day of compromise, of negotiation, of brainstorming for the best possible way to go. Seeking the best way is an American privilege, and your actions gain their own justice aside from what other people do and aside from outside influences. If you are too lazy to exercise, your body responds accordingly. If you do not discipline your mind, it wanders willy-nilly and gains nothing in the wandering. Kyle Cretchen says, "You cannot let life lap around you. You have to plunge into it. You cannot save it or hoard it in a vault. You have to use it." So you not only exercise the bodily strength, but also exercise the will and gain stature as well in things other than the physical. Inner fortitude can hold you on course and help you fight life's battles. Man needs what I shall call ego boost. The American way seems to eliminate boasting from life's patterns, but you need to boast occasionally. The ego boasts need not be crutches, but instead can be challenges to give you strength and the will to try to do better the second and the third and even the 4th time. Remember your triumphs. Be proud to receive your diploma that indicates that you have gone the 2nd mile and have won this race. Keep in mind, however, that in seeking any goal, you will always meet opposition. The trick is to look carefully at both sides, find the strengths and weaknesses, and plan accordingly. And you forever make decisions. Lead from your strengths. Be like the industrialist who said, "It burns me up." That inexperienced candidate won the battle for his side with a bean shooter, and I had an arsenal full of weapons on my side. But I didn't know how to fire them, he said. From here on in, I'm going to stand on my hind legs, look him in the eye, and tell him. So you tell him. but also in the back of your mind, hang on to the idea of giving service. The American system is built on this philosophy, that you will help your fellow man. You give and you get. When you dedicate yourself and your life to serving others, you are really serving yourself. Of course, you consider money. What else? But the greatest service is not in making money, but in developing a thought or an idea that will make this a more stimulating world in which to live. You can do something better, or faster, or neater than anyone else. Build on that for a dedication. For as sure as you are here tonight, you will build what you become every moment of every day. If you cheat, that's what you are building, a structure that may come tumbling down. If you think only of yourself and your own desires, your service will be of no value. Psychiatrists service with peace of mind, musicians with soul of contentment, doctors with physical comfort, and scientists with abundant knowledge. Give of yourself wherever you are, and abundant life will be added unto you. Life itself is a dynamic process, an ongoing series of solutions. You cannot get away from solving problems even though you are now leaving the math class behind. You make decisions every minute, even when you decide to avoid a problem. That is a solution. So any answer sets a course of action, and you are carried along that course. This is the way you are going. So make your dedication one that which you can follow with a singleness of purpose. Hindrances overlooked, obstacles forgotten, and difficulties overcome. And when you meet up with the wall of difficulty and frustration, meet it head on. You will be tempted, as we all are, to give up, or to go around the wall, feeling that you just can't overcome it. The lion trainers talked often about the wall that surrounds the lion's cage being too steep and too high for a man to scale. But the day the lions attacked them, all three trainers went over the top of that wall fast and furiously. You dig in your life field for many dimensions, broadness and depth. For instance, all over the world, significant events are taking place. They may far outshine your own little self-happening. Now you are breaking away from the narrowness of a life of education. Yet your education must not stop here. Make use of it to reach out beyond this city, this state, and this nation. Your influence may seem small to you, but it can be far-reaching, going out and out and out. Like compound interest, it will keep coming back to you to use over and over again. It is as broad as the world and as deep as you make it. The field also includes timing and color as dimensions. Each one of us gets caught up in the syndrome. I am too busy. That is not enough time. You, my friends, the graduates of 1986, have 24 hours a day. The same as your parents have, the same as I have. The same 24 hours that the President of the United States has. What counts with this time is how you are using it. Where your attention is and where your time is, and you'll color your time and your life with bright yellows or rebellious reds or peaceful green. But perhaps the most dimension is light. With the aid of highly sophisticated equipment, scientists have taken apart the atom in an attempt to discover the basic particles from which everything is made. They bring atomic particles into collision, and strange as it may seem, when everything else has disappeared, all there is left is light. How important is a lighted window if you are lost? A sudden dramatic thought if you are seeking knowledge. A return of lights in your house after a circuit-breaking storm. Broadness and depth, color and timing, the wonder of light affect your everyday living. Save a bit of your life for daydreaming, for brainstorming, and for picture making. J. Sig Paulson says, here's the best exercise you'll ever find. Simply think the thoughts that stretch your mind. You will not be wasting your time, for every note of music, every book, every scientific discovery was first created in the thinking hours. You may be paving the way, bridging the gap, leaving something on which someone else might build. If you give a beggar a coin, you encourage him to continue to beg, giving him an idea. Every idea will be helpful to him and help him to overcome the begging. It may be smaller than you to anticipate, but it is there. You may just have to add something, the other half. Each one of you is a multimillionaire in thought power, but thought power will become rusty if it is continually only fed uncertainty. Hold your thoughts steady. You are the actor in the starring role with your own mind. Life is not a static condition, and in no time can you leave it on hold. But you can stay steady during the little ups and downs, so that you remain steady at all times to meet the challenges. Columbus failed to reach India, but he found a new world. Madame Curie persisted until she found radium. You may stumble over a rock and find gold, or sink a well for water and discover oil. Whatever may happen to you, meet life with courage. Since you are accepting life's invitation tonight, I would like to tell you a legend so that you may take it to the party with you tonight. A father sent his 3 sons exploring the mountain. He told them, climb the mountain as high as you can and bring back a memento of your adventure. One son brought back a rare flower. Another found a rock of unusual value. The 3rd son came back with nothing in his hands, but he explained to his father, I went all the way to the top and I saw the sea. And to the class of 1986, may you go all the way to the top. Congratulations.
Addressing you, and I'd like to thank all of you for coming to our graduation. I thought I'd take this opportunity not to offer you advice, but rather to look back on the events that have happened so far in our lifetime. We've lived through triumphs, tragedies, and some other events which were just simply interesting. Our class was born during the liberal administration of President Lyndon Baines Johnson, but now we have come to live under the new conservatism of Ronald Reagan. In that political transition, we also saw our faith in the presidency shaken, as the upper echelons of the government were rocked by the Watergate scandal, culminating in the 1974 resignation of President Nixon. The resignation and President Ford's arrival into office more or less marked the end of the social unrest which characterized the first 6 years of our life. Behind us now was the turmoil of the Vietnam era and the protests associated with it, most notably the 1970 Kent State riot. Also as mementos of our passing, we left the assassinations of Dr. Martin Luther King and Senator Robert Kennedy. Unfortunately, this would happen again later in our lives as 3 more lovers of peace, John Lennon, Olof Palme, and Anwar Sadat, all fell to assassins' bullets. However, those 6 years weren't without triumphs as well. During that time, we made some of our greatest advances in medicine and science. In 1968, the first heart transplants were being performed, paving the way. Oh, guess my hat's not safe either. Need a speech. Paving the way for 1982, when the first artificial heart was implanted in Dr. Barney Clark. In 1969, Apollo 11 fulfilled John F. Kennedy's dream and landed on the moon, allowing Neil Armstrong to make his one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. This also led to the later historic events, such as the 1981 launching of Columbia, the first space shuttle. After these tumultuous first 6 years of our lives, the middle 1970s were relatively quiet. We lived in peace under Presidents Ford and Carter, and the nation prepared for its bicentennial. 200 years of history had gone by, 8 of which we had been a part. Then, in 1978, we realized that nature could have its share of historic moments as well. A light snowfall had been predicted, but the blizzard of 78 was anything but light, as it blanketed the area in one of the deepest snowfalls of the century. Hurricane Gloria of 1986 followed an almost opposite course. It was predicted to wreak havoc in Attleboro, but instead turned away and caused fairly little damage. But nature's biggest headline of this year was Halley's Comet, a once-in-a-lifetime event for most people, which we were lucky enough to have as part of our life. The politics and conservatism of the 80s were ushered in by the election of President Reagan. So far, his 6 years of hardline foreign policy have met with a better reception by the public than any policies of the previous decade of our lives. But then, the times are changing. Almost nothing in life stays the same for long anymore. Just watch a TV commercial sometime, everything's new and improved. Even the formula for Coke has changed. Now you can buy 6 or 7 different variations of the same drink. And sports have changed. After 90 years of refusing to do so, the Boston Marathon is finally offering prize money. One change that was really for the good this year was the Patriots made it to the Super Bowl for the first time ever. But amidst all this change, it's good to know that there's a few things that you can count on to never change. The Celtics, for example, are in the playoffs again looking for their 16th championship. And finally, what you can count on every year, rain or shine, the Attleboro High graduation. So ends the first 18 years of our life. As you can see, a lot has happened since we were born, and a lot more will happen in the next 18 years. So don't just sit around, or life will go right by you, and you won't know what happened. Thanks for all coming, and good luck.
That's all that's running through my mind is 12 years. As Dr. Martin Luther King once said, free at last, thank God I am. Last week, I watched 400 of my classmates receive robes and mortarboards for them to wear during graduation. And what amazed me was not once did I hear one of them ask, why are we wearing these? What's the story behind this hat? Well, I've got a World Book encyclopedia set at home, and it seems that during the 1100s, long tunics and robes were the style of the day. So when Oxford University was deciding what they would have their graduates wear, they chose robes. The hat comes from the master mason. You see, because every period in the history of man, or the human race, has its great achievements. The Egyptians had their pyramids, the Greeks had their temples, the Romans had their roads and their water ducts, and the Middle Ages had their castles and their cathedrals. Now what the master mason would do is he would supervise a bunch of workmen that would put up a building well over 100 feet tall, hundreds of feet long, of stone blocks that would stand in a wind such as this one, a cathedral. And that was pretty amazing back then. You've really got to study it to appreciate how much the Master Mason did for us. In fact, the Master Mason was probably the only member of the working class that the king himself would speak to. So Oxford University chose the mortarboard. As fads and fashions changed, we got wigs and we got the cuffs and the ruffles and the lace and the gold and the dueling sabers. There was an outcry for Oxford to change its ways and to get in style. And Oxford said, no, we are steady. We are Oxford. We will always be Oxford. We will continue to wear robes and mortarboards. In the beginning of our country, we were founding our first universities, the first one being Harvard University. And those universities were faced with the same problem. What should we dress our graduates in? And they looked to Oxford, looked at those robes and mortarboards from the 1100s, and adopted that custom. And that has become so popular that today most colleges, universities, and even high schools are using robes and mortarboards. Well, you've got to realize then that when we put on these mortarboards, we are symbolizing how the early American universities symbolize, how Oxford University symbolizes its steadiness since the 1100s. And frankly, I think that's a job for the English. The English have a long history that they can be proud of. Here in America, although we do not have 1,000 years of history behind us, we have a great deal to be proud of. And I suggest today that we consider a new type of headgear. Something that reflects our goodwill, our competitive spirit. Something that shows how Americans strive for excellence. Something that not only keeps the sun out of our eyes, but stays on our heads when the wind blows. Something that when you see someone put it on, you know that it is truly American. I shall begin my speech. Today is a day to look back at where we've been, to look around at where we are, and to look ahead at what we shall become. It's a day of hopes and dreams. I remember 2 years ago standing in my living room, explaining to my father what my hopes and dreams were, what I wanted to change in my lifetime. And he looked me in the eye, and he chuckled. It wasn't that funny laugh, it was that ho, ho, ho kind of laugh. And he said, Billy, you can't change the world. And it seems that everyone older than 18 that I have told about my hopes and dreams, I've gotten the same reaction. Bill, get a hold on yourself. You can't change the world. They'll come home, but we train them like, I don't mean this to put down you people, we train them like good hunting dogs. They'll come home and say, Mom, I've got homework. Say, go get it, do it. Mom, I've got a term paper due, go get it. Mom, I'd like to go to the movies, stay. There really is a lot of pressure on the youth of America today. First of all, we send them off to school, and for 6 hours they're sitting in school doing exactly what they do not want to do. And then when they get home, parents, you're trying to teach them that they've got to work hard if they want to make it. I'll hear things like, mow the lawn, feed the dog, rake the leaves. You watch too much TV. Wash the car, wash the dog, wash your hands. I don't like the group you're hanging around with. Shovel off the driveway, get me a beer, change the channel. You need a haircut. Move your car, be home early, get that homework done, and turn that music down. Well, if you don't like it, there's the door. You ever hear that one? So there's pressure in school, there's pressure from parents, and then there's homework. I'd say that students today are working an 8-hour day right along with you adults, and they're not getting paid. And then there's one more that just comes out of nowhere, and that's sleep. See, the conscientious student will stay up that extra hour to get that homework done. Then he's tired the next day, and he's going to stay up 2 hours the next night to get that homework done. I can remember a month, January, my sophomore year, I had 5 hours of sleep a night if I was lucky for that month. And all that adds up and sits on a kid's shoulders. And that is why today we're losing kids. That's why the second leading cause of teenage death is suicide. I asked a friend of mine, what do you think of these kids that are giving up? And he said, I think they're weirdos. I think they're nuts. Well, I said to him, let's look at them. Let's give them a chance. Let's listen to what they have to say. Kid goes to work, goes to school for 6 hours. He comes home. He hears it from his parents. He goes in, gets his homework done, stays up, gets no sleep. It seems their lives are not their own. Could it be? Is it possible that these students, these kids that commit or attempt suicide are saying to us, give me liberty or give me death? I think we've gone too far with our ways of cracking down on kids and making them study and making them work. I think there's a lot of original thinking that we're smothering and we've got to respond to. So what do you say to these kids? I mean, it's okay to get up and bring out a problem, but you shouldn't do it without giving a solution. I think Billy Joel said it better than I ever could in his song, You're Only Human. He said, you're having a hard time and lately you don't feel so good. You're getting a bad reputation in your neighborhood. It's all right. Sometimes that's what it takes. You're only human, allowed to make your share of mistakes. You better believe there'll be times in your life when you're feeling like a stumbling fool. So take it from me. You learn more from your accidents than anything you could ever learn in school. Don't forget your second wind. Sooner or later, you'll get your second wind. It's not always easy to be living in this world of pain. You're going to be crashing into stone walls again and again. It's all right, though you feel your heart break. You're going to have to learn to live with heartache. Just like a boxer in a title fight, you've got to walk in that ring all alone. You're not the only one that's made mistakes, but they're the only thing you can truly call your own. Don't forget your second wind. Wait in your corner until that breeze blows in. Well, you've been keeping to yourself these days because you think that everything has gone wrong. Sometimes you just want to lay down and die. That emotion can be so strong. But hold on till that old second wind comes along. You probably don't want to hear about someone else, but I wouldn't be telling you if I hadn't been there myself. It's all right. Sometimes that's what it takes. We're only human. We're supposed to make mistakes. Well, I survived all those long, lonely days when it seemed I did not have a friend, because all I needed was a little faith so I could catch my breath and face the world again. Don't forget your second wind. Sooner or later, you'll feel that momentum kick in. Don't forget your second wind. You're only human. I'll tell you, from what I've learned these last 18 years, I can hardly wait to raise kids. I can wait 4 years. But I know what I'm doing now. I've been through it. I know that all you can expect from your children is that they have good intentions and they show their best effort. Once you expect wealth, you've gone too far because not everyone can be a tycoon. Once you expect fame, you've gone too far because not everybody can be famous. Once you even expect A's from your children, you've gone too far because not everyone can have straight A's. My kids will know that as long as their intentions are good and they give it all they've got, their father will be proud of them. change the world. I'd like to get real basic and simple right about now. Do you people live in caves? Do you wear rough, untidy animal skins? Do you carry clubs? No, you drive cars, 2 houses, with indoor plumbing, with electricity, telephones, refrigerators. And then you stand there in that living room and you tell me the world cannot be changed? Let's look at Thomas Edison with 1,100 patents to his name. Let's look at Henry Ford giving us mass production. Let's look at Albert Einstein, flunked out of high school and then gave us relativity. Thomas Jefferson, I must thank him right now for freedom of speech. What I'm trying to say is that original thinking is the thing to watch out for. Genghis Khan, when he came to a city with his cavalry that he just could not take, he tried, he could not take it. He ordered all his men to gather up all the sparrows and all the cats from the landscape. They thought he was nuts. They tied a fine-combed wool to the tails of all the sparrows and to the tails of all the cats. And when they were all done, he said, okay, now set them on fire. They lit the wool on fire. The animals were scared because they were on fire. And they took off and they went back to the city, back to their homes in the straw and in the eaves of the houses. And they set that city blazing in 1,000 places. And the city was in such an uproar that Genghis Khan just strolled right in with his cavalry. That's what I'm talking about. I'm saying that original thinking is the one unpredictable element that can change this world. I have some parting words for the class of '86. Some things I've written down over the last 4 years that I'd like to share with them. First, dreams are the very atmosphere in which life thrives. Falsehood prevents, but honesty ensures. Do not pity, help. Do not mock, teach. Do not cower, explore. Do not defeat, conquer. Do not take, earn. Do not deceive, trust. Do not win, be. And do not forget, live. As right as you are, you will not turn one heart until you are believed, for belief is the vehicle of truth. Einstein told us that knowledge is power. I believe there's more to that statement. Knowledge is power. Power is freedom. Freedom is experience. Experience is learning. Learning is knowledge. Knowledge is power. Master that cycle and you will succeed. When departing, dwell on that which you have permanently gained, rather than that which you have temporarily lost. Above all, if there's anything I would like to say on behalf of the class of 1986, it is this. Let there be no doubt that today, more than ever, this is the land of the free and the home of the brave. Thank you.
All through our lives, we have faced choices. what is. Instead of looking back, we must continue going forward. You cannot change your life by regretting your past, but you can change it by using your mistakes in your future decisions and learning from them. As Robert Frost stated in his poem, The Road Not Taken, two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both and be one traveler. Long I stood and I looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other, as just as fair, and having perhaps a better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that, the passing there had worn them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay in leaves no steps and trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh, from where ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in wood, and I took the road less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. We all must be like Frost, and look back with no more than a sigh. We should realize that the choices we have made the difference in our lives, as our future ones will. Instead of looking back, we must go forward, striving onward and upward to reach our goals and make this a better world. Thank you. That's all my classes.
Afternoon. It's an honor for me to stand before you on behalf and representing the principal of Attleboro High School, Mr. Robert Bray, who cannot be with us tonight. I know that you and I and all of us wish Mr. Bray the speediest of recoveries, and I'm happy to report to you that just the other day he told me that he would be back with us in August and ready to go this September. I know you all wish him Godspeed. There are many members of the class of 1986 who have distinguished themselves as outstanding scholars, fine school citizens, exceptional members of the community, and who tonight we want to take time to honor by prizes and scholarships. When I call your name, would you please come down to the podium to receive your award? We'll be assisted by the advisors of the class of 1986, Elaine Piper, Liz Simons, and Carolyn Orpin. If you would join me now. The Alice M. Corrin Award, Susan E. Jenks. The Alpha Delta Kappa Epsilon Chapter Scholarship goes to Ann Lynch. The Antonio Tony Pedro Robbins Company Memorial Scholarship. This is the first to Henry Lopez. The Hymen Bissett Memorial Scholarship recipient, Rachel Crowley. The Arthur Boulay Chartier Memorial Scholarship, Robert Burek. the Attleboro Association of Educational Clerical Personnel Scholarship, and the Jean Carroll Memorial Award both go to Holly Ouellette. The Attleboro Branch American Association of University Women's Scholarship to Laura Friedman. The Attleboro Education Association Scholarship, Heather Forbes. The Attleboro Elks Culinary Scholarship, the John and Emma Moran Memorial Scholarship, and the John and Emma Moran Memorial Award for Excellence in Culinary Arts. All three go to Eric Carlson. The Attleboro Elks Culinary Scholarship and the J.A.R. Baker's Supply Scholarship, both to Brent Jameson. An Attleboro Elks Culinary Scholarship and Culinary Arts Alumni Association Scholarship to Donna Madsen. The Attleboro Foreman's Club Scholarship Award to Sean Bayou. The Attleboro Graduate Nurses Club Scholarship recipient, Karen Wigglesworth. The Attleboro High School Class of 1935 Scholarship to David R. Littlefield. The Attleboro High School Class of 1965 Memorial Scholarship to Diane Silver. Students will be receiving awards from the Attleboro High School Band Parents Association: Kyle Fitzpatrick, Susan Jakes, Carla Johnson, Eric Cole, and Wendy Peterson. The Attleboro High School Faculty Scholarship recipient this year is Lynn Turgeon. The Attleboro Lions Club Awards for 1986 to David Andrews, Laura Davis, and Susan Meyer. Susan Meyer, would you come down? Missed that in the applause. Susan is the third recipient. The Attleboro Lodge of Elks, number 1014 award goes to Jessica Caldwell. An Attleboro Museum Scholarship to Daniel Stebbings. Another Attleboro Museum Scholarship to Lee Threlfall. Honorable mention from the Attleboro Museum goes to Jessica Caldwell and Allison West. Attleboro Rotary Scholarships to Allison West and Michael Barcelou. The Attleboro Savings Bank Commercial Arts Scholarship to Sandra Holmeyer. Thank also the Attleboro Scholarship Foundation, who this year awarded 30 students recipients of scholarships and awards. Thank you to the Attleboro Foundation. The Attleboro Varsity Club Memorial Scholarship Award to Melissa Qualia. Attleboro Women of the Moose, number 974 scholarship to Nelia Pacheco. Two recipients of Birchwood Village Mobile Homeowners Association scholarships, Lee Ann Romakaitis and Walter Tikas. American Revolution Edna Butterworth Wood Memorial Scholarship and the Daughters of the American Revolution Edna Butterworth Wood Memorial Prize in United States History, both to Lori Bedner. The Daniel Gattoni Memorial Scholarship to Dararon Keeve. The Francis Driscoll Award recipient, Kevin Cummings. The following scholarships in the name of Guy W. Weymouth are for students who intend in the future to pursue a career in the area of teaching. This year's recipients, please hold your applause until I read all five. Kelly Henry, Ann Lynch, Michael McCutcheon, Nancy Ostermeyer, and Melissa Quelia. Chapter number 41, Order of the Eastern Star Scholarship to Christine Richards. This year we have two recipients of the Hymen Fine Memorial Scholarships. They are Eric Carlson and Daniel O'Connell. The Iota Phi Chapter of Sigma Phi Gamma International Sorority Award to Dana Gagney. The 1986 IPSCO Award to Eric Jensen. The James E. Smutsky Memorial Scholarship, Lynn Turgeon. The Key Club Scholarship Award to Linda Furtado. We have three recipients of Kiwanis Memorial Scholarships. The three recipients are Sean Brumble, Denise Bumbar, and Con M. The following students are all recipients of L.G. Balfour grants. Kimberly Jean Cochane, James M. Griffin. Lisa Hocking. Additional winners of L.G. Balfour grants: Angela Jean Hoyt, Anna Medeiros, and Paul Medeiros. And the final two recipients of L.G. Balfour grants: Julianne O'Boyle and Deborah Zaliga. The following students are recipients of scholarships sponsored by Leach and Garner: Neela Patel, Danilo Carcamo, and Brian Baum. The Loyal Order of the Moose Lodge number 463 Scholarship Award. This year's recipient is Newton Vizina. The Nick Marcuccio Award to Matthew Manlove. The North Purchase Club Scholarship to Kimberly Donovan. The Patricia C. Lewis Scholarship to Christine Schneider. The Rathbun Willett Award to Cunty King. The Richard Silver Memorial Award to Kyle Fitzpatrick. The Robert J. Coelho Memorial Scholarship to James St. Pierre. The Roland G. Lindgren Memorial Scholarship to John Rodriguez. The Russell Grinnell Award, this year to Renee Rivard. The Sam Fine Scholarship, Robin Wild. The Senior Class Scholarship, Laura Davis. There are two recipients of South Attleboro Lions Club scholarships, Sandra Holmeyer and Tina Zupkowski. The St. Barnabas Nurses Guild Scholarship and the Theta Beta chapter of Sigma Phi Gamma International Sorority Award both go to Lisa Walker. The Stephen Henderson Memorial Scholarship, Tara Nemirovsky.
All right, Tara!
We have 4 recipients of Sturdy Memorial Hospital Auxiliary Scholarships, beginning with Tara Nemirovsky. Karen Wigglesworth. Lynn Fournier. And Marianne Hebert. The Swank Scholarship for 1986 to Richard Morin. The Theodore Ted Zarek Memorial Scholarship, Kelly Crutchman. The following are the renowned Metcalf Awards. The Louis P. and Florence Metcalf Prize, General Scholastic Excellence, second prize to Linda Furtado. The Louis P. and Florence Metcalf Prize for General Scholastic Excellence, first prize, James Cardy. The Louis P. and Florence Metcalf Prize in Foreign Languages, second prize, Lisa Riem. The Louis P. and Florence Metcalf Prize for Foreign Language, first place, Elizabeth LaRue.
Now you go down!
The Louis P. and Lawrence Metcalf Prize in Social Studies. Second prize, Karen Wigglesworth. First prize in Social Studies, Carla Johnson. Second prize in the Metcalf area of science to Marianne Hebert. Metcalf first prize in science goes to Andrew Galasso. Second prize in the Metcalf mathematics area to Eric Jost. The Metcalf prize for mathematics, first place, Michelle Karen. The Helen W. Metcalf Award for Excellence in English, second prize, Laura Davis. The Helen W. Metcalf Award for Excellence in English and the Pierian Club Prize in English, first prize, Laurie Bittner. I want to take this opportunity on behalf of Attleboro High School and the school department to thank all of those organizations and individuals who've taken the time to think of our students. The list is long. I hope that next year and in ensuing years, the list can be twice as long. Thank you and congratulations to all of the prize and scholarship recipients. And now, Bill Semple, the keys to the handcuffs. Colleen Wade, president-elect of the senior class, will assist me. Mr. John Carty, chairman of the Attleboro School Committee, will award diplomas for the first section of students. Mr. Carty. S. William Sensible, president of the class of 1986. Michael Richard Leahy, vice president. Treasurer of the class, Laura Lee Davis. Secretary of the class of 1986, Susan M. April. Valedictorian of the class, Laurie Jean Bittner. Salutatorian of the class, James Edward Carty. Thanks, Dad. The essayist of the class of 86, William W. Semple. The student council president and marshal of the class of 86, James F. St. Pierre. Vice president of the Attleboro High School Student Council, Susan Elaine Jenks. Secretary of the Student Council, Christine L. Schneider. Lisa Aguirre. Linda Alexa A. Allison. Elise M. Alvarado. Lucy Marie Amaral. Peter D. Amaral. David Benjamin Andrews. Mario J. Analundi. Melissa Mary Angelo. Lisa M. Anthony. Anne-Marie R. Arundel. Holly B. Askew. Kenneth D. Eau Claire Jr. Donna Lynn Orgett. Barry F. Austin Jr. Holly H. Bolser. David D. Bayraw. David J. Barlow. Michael B. Barcelou. Brian A. Baum. Donna L. Baxter. Kenneth John Bullier. Rhonda Beauregard. Todd David Betts. Pamela Kirsten Bergendahl. Gail Ann Billsborough. Robert A. Bischoff. Karen Ann Blades. Lisa M. Bolivar. Sean P. Bosley. John L. Botello. Neil J. Boucher. Michelle Sue Brady. Lucy Branco. Glenn Brastow. Ronald Z. Bredesen. Tanya Brennick. Carl E. Briggs Jr. Scott Allen Brilla. Shelley Renee Broder. Sean Stanley Brumble. Denise M. Bomba. Robert Daniel Burrick. Kathleen M. Burns. Joseph A. Cameron. Peter Allen Campbell. Sarah Campbell. Sean Marie Candelet. Anthony Candeloro. Danilo Guillermo Cacamo. Michelle Lee Carlon. Eric L. Carlson. Michelle Marie Karen. Kasia K.J. Carrillo. Michelle Christine Cerrone. Timothy Stephen Champagne. Donna Sharon. Lynn M. Sharon. Shanti Shia. John Claudino. Jean-Paul Collette. Jessica Marie Colwell. Jeffrey M. Conroy. Gregory Scott Corbett. Stacy Corbett. Maria Dolores Correa. Susan M. Correa. Colleen M. Carrera. Kimberly Kershane. Albert L. Coy Jr. Barbara Ann Crawford. Scott Allen Kramer. Rachel Crowley. Kevin Joseph Cummings. Leanne Marie Cullen. Laurel Ann Curdy. Timothy S. Daggett. Charlene Ann DiAgostino. Paul Peter Denisi III. Lara Justine DeConte. Grace Maria De Silva. Michelle E. DeMeo. Christine Denham. Dawn Marie Damaris. Douglas John Damaris. Nicole L. DeVerne. Kimberly M. Donovan. Robin Lee Dore. Richard Doty. Jeffrey Paul Doucette. Lisa Ann Doucette. Christy Lee Drake. Michael P. Dumont. Ronald C. Dunn. William DeRocher. Sharon Lynn Dykes. Linda M. Con M. Kristen Mary Eklund. Michelle L. Urban. Eric Werner Eschman. Lisa Marie Baronelli. David Eric Fay. Teresa Louise Fidelia. Kyle Fitzpatrick. Robert George Fontaine. Heather Ray Forbes. Matthew Stephen Ford. Dana Forget. Lynn Fournier. Linda Marie Frechette. Laura Colleen Friedman. Wallace Leo Frigan. Our exchange student from Austria, Birgit Fuchs. Linda Marie Furtado. Dana R. Gagney. Andrew Daniel Galasso. Douglas Gavilanes. Luann Germain. Tony Marie Gelato. Gee, almost left without it. French. Michael Scott Goodrow. Kathy Jean Grant. Gail Griffin. Mr. Conti, thank you very much. The next set of diplomas will be distributed by Mrs. Barbara Haber of the Attleboro School Committee, beginning with James M. Griffin. Sandra A. Grudane. John K. Gwinnett. Kimberly R. Hageman. Christine M. Hallow. Diane Lee Harmon. Deneen M. Harpin. Ryan M. Harrison. Todd Michael Harrison. Richard M. Harvey. Bradford Allen Haskell. Steve Mitchell Hathaway. Darren Lee Healy. Richard Dana Healy. Sean Healy. Joseph W. Hearn. Marianne Hebert. Kelly Elizabeth Henry. Timothy Aiden Henry. Kelly Marie Hesketh. Ryan Raymond Hicks. Sandra L. Holmeyer. Daniel G. Horton. Todd Eric Horton. Christopher W. Oxford. Angela Jean Hoyt. Jennifer Ann Hyde. Richard S. Infante. Tracy Lee Ingham. Brent Michael Jameson. Scott Jarowski. Eric Leonard Jensen. Carla L. Johnson. Eric Vincent Jost. Peter D. Joel. Kathleen Keene. Jeffrey L. Kiefer Jr. Stephen Brian Kelly. Daniel F. Kennedy. Mark J. Kinney. Melissa Kerr. Daron Keeve. Hunty Keeve. Alfred Charles Coley. Tony Elizabeth Klang. Peter Graham Kovac. Donna Maria Kowalski. Kelly Ann Kretschmann. Eric Cull. Michael D. LaCroix. Paul Rene Leducer. Richard J. Lallier. Nicole Anita Lamar. J. Christopher Lambert. Darren J. Landry. David Raymond Landry. Robert T. Lane. Robert F. LaPlante. David J. LaPointe. Darlene Ellen Levitt. Elizabeth A. LaRue. Michelle Lewis. Timothy H. Lincoln. David R. Littlefield. Alan Letizio. Tanya Marie Lazat. Henry S. Lopez. Kimberly Loughlin. Melissa Ann Lucchini. Mary C. Lumbra. Raymond L. Lumbra Jr. Ann M. Lynch. Denise Marie McKenzie. David Thomas McPherson. Donna M. Matson. Matthew T. Manloff. Elizabeth Ann Martin. Patrick Martin. Michael D. Maynard. Walter F. McCarthy. Michael Joseph McCutcheon. Kathleen McElhaney. Kimberly Ann McNary. Suzanne McPhee. Anna Christina Medeiros. Paul J. Medeiros. Tony Lynn Medeiros. Coralie Menaged. Patricia E. Mativia. Ronald P. Metcalf Jr. Christina Megalopoulos. Randy J. Mingo. Sarah Miller. F. David Montero. Richard John Moran. Carla M. Morrow. David R. Morrow. Wendy Morrow. David Morris. Scott Robert Morris. Edward Morrissey. Linda G. Mosher. Christine Ann Murphy. Lynn Avis Maury. Danuta Nachman. Mrs. Ava, thank you very much. The final section of diplomas will be presented by Mr. Michael Higgins of the Attleboro School Committee. Raymond Harold Nason. Eric Christopher Newton. Tara Ann Nemirovsky. Carl T. Nordberg. Brenda G. Notelfer. Julie Ann O'Boyle. Daniel O'Brien. Daniel G. O'Connell. Patrick Crimmins O'Connor. Nancy Grace Ostermeyer. Todd F. Ouellette. Holly Christine Ouellette. John M. Pacheco. Nelia Pacheco. Brian Raymond Paley. Denise Marie Parenteau. Neela Patel. Paul Robert Pellin. Paul A. Pelletier Jr. Maria E. Pereira. Donna J. Perry. Larry W. Perry Jr. Wendy Peterson. Craig Pisani. Carla Pettis. Natalie Ann Pettis. David Joseph Fluff. Our foreign exchange student from Spain. Carlano Pombo. Sean Edward Drew. Melissa Lee Qualia. Maria Rita. Lisa Riem. Renee Teresa Reed. Sherry Lynn Reynolds. Christine Marie Richards. Renee A. Rabat. Michael S. Roberge. Christine M. Robertson. Bruce Robinson. Louis J. Robinson III. John Rodriguez. Louis Manuel Rodriguez. Lee Ann Lomakaitis. Gary E. Roy. Hang Seishu. Wang Seishu. Thomas A. St. Pierre. Kathleen Savoy. Lori A. Schriever. Lee Ann Searle. Julie Ann Sears. Wesley Allen Seltzam. Julie H. Sharple. Diane Silva. Christine B. Slattery. Kristen Victoria Smetana. Cynthia L. Smith. Ryan Smotherman. Christine Ann Susi. Teresa Lee Souza. Anthony Joseph Spera. Gitanjali Saram. Anna Lena Staff, a foreign exchange student from Sweden. Ty John Stanley. Lenin Stasakiewicz. Daniel A. Stebbings. Lisa Ann Svoboda. John R. Stout. Michael Sweeney. Stephen Swenson. Deborah Saliga. Dina Marie Spakowski. Kathy Louise Taylor. Michael Edward Taylor. Vicki Ann Tebow. Kelly Sue Tebow. Lee Throwfall. Walter E. Tikas. Jody L. Todd. Christian Troy. Lisa Tugas. Mark James Tully. Michelle M. Turcott. Lynn Marie Turgeon. Michael Thomas Basher. Newton A. Vizina. Sean Thomas Bio. Susan Teresa Bio. Cindy M. Vians. Deanna Marie Vincent. James Viveros. Christine A. Walker. Lisa Simone Walker. Melissa Ray Walsh. Stanley A. Welsh Jr. Allison J. West. Michael Dean Wheely. James Allen White. Karen L. Wigglesworth. Robin Elizabeth Wild. Paul Andrew Willis. The class of 1986.
May God wrap you in wholeness, unity, and strength, now forevermore.